Mental health first aid classes are similar to standard first aid courses, but these classes help an average citizen learn how to safely intervene during a mental health issue or crisis. Mental Health America of San Diego County is offering classes for free. Executive Director Daphne Watson and Outreach Coordinator Kurt Cunningham join me with the details here. And Daphne, it's usually obvious when somebody needs physical first aid. They might be bleeding or clutching their chest or something like that. How do you know when it's time to use mental health first aid?
Well, Peggy, most times individuals give you a sign. Either they look different, they talk different, their expressions, their behavior is a little bit different than they normally have. Many times we ignore that and we don't intervene like we should. But mental health first aid teaches you exactly what to say, what tools to use, what skill you can have to really engage a person and find out if they're having a mental health crisis.
So give us a few examples of how the course teaches you to do that, to intervene, what to say.
Well, they use a technique called ALGE within the class. It's an 8-hour class, and each of those acronyms address a different issue, like acknowledging the individual, making sure that we talk about suicide or inform or get involved in understanding what that means, non-judgmental education and training. We really use these techniques to really help an individual understand what they need to do.
So addressing it, because that's interesting, because Kurt, before working with Mental Health of America, you experienced struggles in dealing with family and friends with mental health issues, and acknowledging it, you said, was important. Why do you think these courses are needed?
It's very important. The average person, just everyday average person, can put these tools into use, and they're very simple. Biggest thing is just being compassionate, just asking the question, are you doing okay? You know, things might not be so great for you. How are you doing? And it's really just simple, that simple to start with.
I think sometimes people are afraid, Daphne, that if somebody looks like they might be depressed or even suicidal, that if you address it, you might push them further.
That is a belief that people have, but it really is just the opposite of that. Individuals really want you to engage them. And if you do, the outcomes usually are pretty positive. And so we really encouraging individuals not to shy away from a person who expresses a mental health challenge, or they want to hurt themselves or use those terminology. We really want to engage that individual.
Interesting. And Kurt, how many people living in San Diego County are believed to have mental health issues?
Well, 1 in 4. 1 in 4 people have a mental health issue.
Living here in the county. That sounds high. So we're talking a big spectrum?
It is high, although we don't know because people don't talk about it. People don't talk about it. They're afraid to bring it up. They don't address it.
And the statistics nationally show 1 in every 4 individuals. So it's not just in San Diego. That experience is national. Now there's a continuum. There's things like mild depression and mild issues, but then there's more severe like schizophrenia and other conditions like that.
I see. When should either the person who's trying to intervene or help, or the person themselves who has a mental health issue, when should you seek professional help? And maybe you're trying to do the mental health first aid. Is there a point where you say, look, I need to get on the phone and get some help here?
Well, the class teaches you that you shouldn't leave a person without getting them help. So that you want to connect them to some professional help right from the beginning, because it's important to have a professional assess. Just like if you think a person is having a heart attack, you don't assume that, well, I'm not sure that how this should go or if this is severe enough. You really need a professional to make that assessment.
In Kurt, I understand a lot of people have already signed up for these courses. How do you sign up, and how long do you go through the classes? It's
an 8-hour course. We have them all over San Diego County, and as well as our offices in North Park. You would call 619-543-0412, or you could email our program coordinator, Raquel Morrison.
Sure, and we have that information on our website as well, kpbs.org. Daphne, we'll end on this. How much mental health training do first responders and police, let's say in San Diego, have in dealing with mental health crises?
A lot of individuals don't have enough understanding of training. And we are going to actually train law enforcement in mental health first aid. But we want every average, ordinary lay person to get this training, because those are the first contactors of a person with a mental health crisis. So the more we get everybody trained, it would be nice to have all San Diegans trained so that we really can improve the conditions and the outcomes for individuals with mental health issues.
Right. Well, like I said, a lot more information on our website, kpbs.org. Daphne Watson and Kurt Cunningham, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.